High in the misty peaks of the Himalayas lies a kingdom unlike any other. A land where towering mountains meet lush green valleys, where ancient monasteries cling to cliffs, and where the people have made a bold choice to prioritize happiness over wealth. While the rest of the world races toward higher GDP numbers, more factories, faster cities, Bhutan took a different path. Here, what matters most isn't how much you produce or consume, but how much you smile, how much you belong, and how peacefully you live. Today, we journey to Bhutan, the only country where gross national happiness is more important than gross domestic product. A kingdom hidden from the world. For much of its history, Bhutan was shrouded in mystery. It kept its borders tightly closed, preserving its traditions, forests, and way of life from outside influence. Even today, Bhutan limits tourism through high daily fees, not to exclude visitors, but to protect its environment and culture. Isolation wasn't just a physical reality, it was a philosophy. We will open to the world, but on our own terms. The birth of gross national happiness. In 1972, a young king, Jigme Wangchuk, faced a crossroads. He had just taken the throne, and the modern world was knocking on Bhutan's door. Other leaders might have chased rapid industrialization, pushed for skyscrapers, highways, and economic miracles. But King Jigme asked a different question. What is the purpose of development? His answer was revolutionary. Development should create happiness, not just wealth. Thus, the concept of gross national happiness, GNH, was born. What is gross national happiness? Gross national happiness isn't a slogan. It's a structured, measurable philosophy. Bhutan's government built an entire framework around four main pillars: sustainable and equitable socio-economic development, conservation of the environment, preservation and promotion of culture, good governance. Later, these were expanded into 9 domains, including psychological well-being, education, health, time use, community vitality, and ecological diversity. In short, Bhutan doesn't ask, "How rich are you?" It asks, "How well are you living?" And they collect detailed national surveys to measure it. Imagine being asked questions like, how much time do you spend with family and friends? How often do you participate in cultural traditions? How safe and valued do you feel in your community? This is how Bhutan defines success. Challenges of choosing happiness. Of course, choosing happiness over GDP isn't simple. Bhutan still faces poverty, limited infrastructure, and economic challenges. Balancing ancient traditions with modern needs is a constant struggle. And focusing on happiness doesn't shield Bhutan from global problems like climate change. Yet, the kingdom persists. Instead of chasing factories and fast profits, Bhutan invested in universal healthcare, free education, and renewable energy, mostly from hydropower. And while GDP growth remains slower than in industrialized nations, Bhutan ranks high in happiness indexes and enjoys remarkably low levels of crime and corruption. A deep spiritual foundation. Bhutan's approach to happiness isn't just policy. It's deeply spiritual. The country's official religion, Vajrayana Buddhism, teaches impermanence, compassion, and mindfulness. Life isn't about endless consumption. It's about awareness, kindness, and connection. Even in government planning, Bhutan asks, does this project support harmony with nature, community bonds, and inner well-being? This spiritual foundation creates a society where simplicity isn't poverty, it's wisdom. Modern pressures and adaptation. Bhutan isn't frozen in time. The country got television and the internet only in 1999, the last nation in the world to do so. Today, young Bhutanese connect with global culture through smartphones, social media, and pop music. Urbanization is growing. Consumerism is tempting. But Bhutan remains vigilant. New policies balance modernization with tradition. Tourism is regulated through a high-value, low-impact strategy. Environmental conservation is written into the constitution. Bhutan must maintain at least 60% forest cover forever. They are adapting, but on their own terms. Bhutan's message to the world. In an era of stress, burnout, and climate crisis, Bhutan offers a radical message. Progress doesn't have to cost our happiness, or the planet. We can design societies that prioritize mental health, community, cultural identity, and environmental stewardship. Economic growth can be a tool, not the master. As the fourth king once said, gross national happiness is more important than gross national product. It's a reminder that what we measure shapes what we become. If we measure only money, we chase money. If we measure happiness, we nurture life. Ending tease the next episode. In Bhutan, happiness grows from rivers, mountains, temples, and quiet smiles. But in our next episode, we'll visit a country where the challenge isn't choosing happiness over wealth, but survival over rising seas. Join us as we explore the Maldives, the paradise nation fighting to exist as climate change threatens to sink it beneath the ocean. Follow us to keep exploring.